Hi, my name is Samantha Ceccopieri, and my major is art education. Our project was mainly based, it was called Intervention Through Art, which is recognizing the anxiety effects among scholars. And what the basic of this project was creating anxiety workshops for the university community, whether it was for like university students, professors, or even people around the university. And it was mainly painting workshops for them with different series of activities for them to release their worries and let down anything that may cause them fear or anxieties. We mainly did them in person. Of course, all of the advertising was mainly done through social media like Facebook, emails, through the departments, but the workshops themselves were in person. So we did I believe 4 workshops throughout the Edinburgh campus and the Brownsville campus, and it's mainly 2 type of activities. The first one is called Leaves on the String, which is basically we give the canvas to the individual and they paint whatever type of string they would like, any flowing river body of water, right? And we give them 5 paper leaves, and they would write down in each of the leaves something that causes them anxieties, right? School, my parents, social life, and they will paste it down to the canvas, onto the string, and it symbolizes them not longer being worried or stressed about it because they're letting it go down the stream. That's the first activity. Then the second one, it's called basically my comfort zone. Paint whichever type of comfort zone it is for you, right? Is it a person? Is it an object? Is it a room? Is it an area? What place or what thing does come to your mind that makes you feel relaxed and in your safe space? That's really the 2 activities that we did for the workshops. My main goal for the project was to provide people with the idea of how art can be used as a curative way to treat anxieties or worries, right? And with the goal of eventually them getting like more professional help. I am a person that struggles with anxiety and sometimes overthinking. And the first thing that came to my mind was I want to do workshops. I want to help people who may feel the same way that I am feeling. And how can I do it? My major is art, right? So art education. I want to educate the people about the goals of how art can be used as a curative way, right? And at the same time for them to have fun and find a space in their community as well. I wanted to engage the community as much as possible. Some of the strategies that we put in is, of course, mention the most important things, that all of the materials were going to be provided, right? There was no need for them to bring anything specific. We were provided the cleaning supplies, the paints, markers, brushes, canvas, anything you could think of, paper, glue, everything was provided for them. So that we wanted to emphasize that for them to just come in with empty hand. There's no need for you to be prepared or do research beforehand. Just come to the workshop. So that was one. Then the second one was, of course, doing advertising as much as we could. So we contacted the Engaged Scholar, the website and the Facebook page for them to be able to share our advertising, as well as Facebook, Instagram. We shared emails with professors, art education professors, if they could share this type of advertising for their workshop. For a variety of students, because it's about art doesn't mean you don't have to be art majors, right? So it can be any type. It can be art, computer science, math, even university professors. So we would try to make sure we could let them know that it for any type of person. You don't have to, and as well, you don't have to be great at art to be able to go through it. We have multiple experiences with different people who are not even art majors, and they were still be able to have a great time and express themselves through it. I think it is important because it symbolizes to the person that they don't have to be perfect or great at the painting. You don't have to be an expert in art to be able to express what is causing you pain, anxieties, or worries. Our main thing was, no matter if it's a line, no matter if you did a circle or if you did a beach, what makes you happy? What causes you to be in a safe space? What makes you let your worries go? I think that was the main goal, and I guess that's the symbolism of them coming to empty hand to the workshop, where they could enter a safe space with no judgment, with no expectations. Because I know throughout this COVID-19 pandemic, and as well in general in education life, we all have that pressure of doing great, or is someone judging me? Am I doing enough? Am I gonna get a job? How are my parents proud of me? So that was important for them to come in with no worries, to make sure they have a safe space and understand that this is your time to express yourselves throughout art. Well, as I said before, because throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, many of us, including me, I'm sure maybe you were affected, right? Everybody was affected by this pandemic. But as well, I believe there's a lot of taboos in the RGB where the topic of mental health, or let's say anxieties, depression, ADHD, that is not talked about, or if it is talked about, it is not really believed. It's no big deal, you're fine, just go outside, you should be fine, right? And I personally have gone through that. So we are surrounded in a community where we're close to the border of Mexico, where the culture of, I would say, the Hispanic culture unfortunately does not recognize mental health as a lot as it should be, right? So I wanted this to add as I wanted to be an advocate for mental health, and I thought the use of anxiety workshops could be benefited by a lot of people in the RGB community. Well, I believe I got a lot of experience in managing painting workshops, because something that I want to do when I graduate, because part of my art education major is doing a teacher certification, so I could teach art throughout secondary schools, elementaries, a variety of them. So I am really glad that I was able to go through this project with ESAA, because I got experience in budget managing. How we need to make sure we budget the necessary supplies for whatever amount of people or whichever type of students or individuals. I got experience in that, experience of networking with people. Something that I really had to do is put myself out there to different organizations, to different professors, to different individuals in the community, to let them know that, hey, this is a thing, if you could help me share it. So obviously networking was a big part of it, that now I am very benefiting from it, because after this project that was done during the summer, we are planning to continue doing the workshops in different departments, such as the Department of Student Disability Services. We're looking to do our workshop with them, with disability students, and it was all thanks to the opportunities of networking with organizations during the summer, such as Student Support Services. So that was one of the examples with them, and I think those two were one of the things that helped me a lot, and that I gained from being able to go through ESAA. An average day, specifically when it comes to managing the workshops, was attempting to share the advertising as much as we could. If I would find different departments, as I was doing a little bit of research, I would try to get their emails and let them know if they could share the project. Constant meetings with the team, because we are a team of 4, as well with our mentor, about any new ideas that we could develop, or leadership skills. Are we doing this right? Do you suggest any other type of change? It's important, since we're a team, it was really important to have effective communication to make sure we were all on the same page, to avoid misunderstanding. So a day in my life in this project was basically communication with the mentor, with the students, with the faculty teams, and with my team members. An advice that I would give, especially if you want to do a community engagement project like we did, is to not be worried, or to not be afraid to put your idea out there. Because from my experience, I think a lot of my mentors were being able to push us to the position that we are now, because if they hadn't told us or they hadn't believed in us, we wouldn't be here today. So I think that I would really tell a lot of people is to not be afraid to put your idea out there, even if you think it's not the best, or if there could be a change, do it. if you are unsure of how to put the project out there, reach out to your professors. It's really important to just not attend class, to make sure you eventually talk to them, because they have a lot of experience and ways to help you. So one of the things that I would do is do not doubt yourself. Put yourself out there and reach out to people, reach out to members, reach out to your professors. My experience with the ESA team was very amazing. Every time I had, even if it was like the smallest question or doubt, they would always reach out and answer my emails, and they would ask what would be the best way for me to communicate with them. Would it be through email, would it be a phone call, would it be through Teams? So I would definitely reach out to the ESA team, whether it's their Facebook page, their UTRGB page, or even an email, because an email can go a long way to open a big door of different possibilities.